Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. This is your self-love check-in. Let's see how we're doing. I thought this would be a great time of year as the seasons are changing, our lives are changing. We are entering into the season of darkness, and not in that spiritual sense, but just that for those of us in the Northern Hemisphere, the days are going to be getting shorter. The sun is going to be setting earlier, and it's calls us to hibernate a little bit and go inward. We'll be talking a lot about that coming up over the next month or so. But I thought this is a great chance to have a pause and think about how we're feeling about ourselves. Are we giving ourselves some love as we go from the summer season where we're out in the sun and we're playing and we're having fun and cocktails on the patio and beach days and everything else, to a more structured life, as many of us enter into in September? I thought we'd just see how we doing. How are we doing? I am a little bit stuffed up between the crying over Charlie Kirk and the allergies that I experience here in Southern Ontario. My sinuses are on fire. My sinuses are working hard out there. So this is going to be a 4-card reading. There, that feels good. And we're going to ask 4 questions. If you are a baby tarot reader and you're learning, please write down the questions so that you can do this reading at home. You can do this for yourself, and I invite you to try doing it for other people as well and see how that goes. If you want your own tarot reading with me, please just let me know. All of my contact information, everything is in the description of this video, so you can easily reach out to me. And I've got forms on my website, my email's there, everything's there. And if you want a reading, just let me know and we'll pick it out. Usually, because I have hundreds of different spreads, it's helpful for me to know what it is that you want to know, so that I can actually pick the right spread for you that's going to get the most amount of information. So for example, a lot of people start with a Celtic cross with me. I'm going way off tangent here. But sometimes people are like, I think there's a ghost around me. Okay, well, I've got a spread for that. You know what I mean? If somebody's thinking like, I feel like my past lives are haunting me, I've got a spread for that, right? So if I know a little bit about what's going on in your life, then I can actually pick the right spread to get the answers you need. So anyway, there's that. And so yeah, just reach out if you want a private tarot reading with me. I do it on Zoom. With my clients are all over the world. So don't feel like you have to come to my shop. I don't have a shop. Believe me, nobody these days can afford to own a metaphysical shop. That's for sure. All right, first card, because we don't read reversals here. And maybe I'll do a talk on that one day, why we don't read reversals. I'm not a big fan of them because I think the energy is the same. We know whether you're blocked or not, right? It's not, I don't know why people get all worked up about reversals, but anyway, first question, what is my current level of self-care and self-love? So we have the 7 of Pentacles here. Our 7s are always about experience. And of course, our 7 of Pentacles represents planting seeds. It represents the work we've done in the past that has gotten us to where we are now, or things that we have done in the past that we're now seeing coming to fruition. So I would say, anybody who, if you're sitting there wondering, well, where's my level of self-care? I would say you're probably planting seeds. You're starting to see the results of the investments in yourself. So those investments might be taking some workshops, listening to spiritual music, listening to spiritual talks. It might be simply taking care of your diet. It might be getting more exercise. It might be, keeping track of your money. There's all kinds of things. But this particularly, I'm going to say this is about your physical space and your physical vessel, your body. And it tells me that you've been planting some seeds and they're starting to come to fruition. You're starting to see the results. Sort of like when they say, if you start working out today, in a month, you'll notice. And in 2 months, other people will notice, that kind of thing, where, you've been doing the work and you've been investing in yourself and you're starting to see those results. The date for this card is May 11th to 20th. So if there's somebody out there who has, say, started a diet, started working out, started maybe renovating your house, maybe started to purge your house, clean your house, organize, we all need to do it. I mean, there's very few people out there, I think, who are really, really good at keeping their house in tip-top shape every minute, every day. You know, the other day I did a huge whip through and cleaned up everything, because it's just, you leave stuff somewhere and then you get distracted and you're rushed off doing things with busy lives and everything, and then the next thing you know, you're like, oh my gosh, it looks like a bomb went off in my house. So yeah, just kind of that sort of thing. So there you go. There's a great example of, you know, some self-love and taking care of yourself, but take care of your body too. Make sure you're tracking your steps. Make sure you're watching what you eat, and like, treat yourself. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. But if you're not happy with your physical being, do something about it. And when everything you do, just ask yourself, is this getting me closer to my goal or further from my goal? And make your decisions from there. Make your decisions from there. Okay. Card number 2. What thoughts or behaviors may be holding me back from loving myself fully? So we have the 9 of Wands. That's a really good, like, not, I think there's like someone's watching who's, they're telling themselves a story that they haven't achieved enough, that they haven't done enough. They're not, you know, that story, like, if I just do enough, people will like me, people will love me, people will want me around. It's that feeling I'm getting. It's a little bit heavy energy coming in right now, where it's like, yeah, like, I just keep trying and trying and doing and doing and giving and giving and more and more and more. And it just doesn't feel like enough. You got to turn that energy around to yourself. Yeah. Yeah, my team is like, stop it. Just stop. Stop giving, 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 giving. If love is not being served, get up from the table. So turn that energy to yourself. And it's so freeing when you kind of release all the people from your life that are not, God, I hate to say it, adding value, but bringing something to your relationships. And I know people say, well, you shouldn't give with the expectation that you'll receive something in return. And it's like, I'm sorry, every relationship on the planet is based on give and take. If you were married to somebody who was a taker, 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 and never gave back to the relationship, your girlfriends would tell you to dump that person. They'd tell you to get rid of that person. So in any relationship in your life, if you're giving, 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 and there's no reciprocity, it might be time to have a look at that and say, you know what, I'm going to pull that energy back and start devoting that energy to myself. And that energy can look like time. It can look like money. It can look like doing. It can look like giving. But give that, turn around and give that to yourself. Because I know how it feels to be giving, 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 hoping that, you know, that might result in like somebody actually wanting to spend time with you, somebody wanting to hang out with you, the invitations, and it doesn't work like that. Like, I've seen that so many times in my life where it just doesn't go like that. There are takers and they take, and that's it. And they never think about giving back. You know, I remember somebody used to always, like, every time she was in a crisis, would reach out to me. It was the only time I heard from her. And one day she sent me a text one day and she's like, oh my God, are you free? I need to talk. I'm in a crisis. And I said, you know what? You can talk to me when things are good as well as when things are bad. And she's like, what do you mean? You see, they're oblivious to their behaviors. And I said, well, the only time I hear from you is when you're in a crisis. But I never hear from you when you're inviting people over for barbecue, or you're inviting people out for drinks, or when, you know, you're getting together for it. I never hear from you then. I only hear from you when you're in a crisis. And she said, yeah, but you give really good advice. And I said, well, my advice this time is to start thinking about how you can start giving back to your relationships before you take any more. And that was the last time I heard from her. Though I did see her at a wedding a couple years ago. So yeah, and we're good. We're fine. We're just not going to be friends, because I'm like, no, I can't keep takers in my life. So that kind of energy, we know the energy. We know the energy. Oh, isn't that interesting? We have another 7. What aspects of myself can I accept in order to deepen my self-love? So normally this would be like, oh, someone's cheating, sneaky, 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 because it's a very sneaky energy card. But again, our sevens are about experience. Our sevens, this is about a mental game. So maybe what we need to do is just accept the imperfect parts of us. None of us are ever going to be 100% perfect in this life, that's for sure. But maybe it's time to just accept that this is who you are, and you're a work in progress. And this is the work of a lifetime. This is like a journey that, goes on for eons. Because if we believe in reincarnation, then we just keep doing it over and over and over till we get it right, shall we say? Learn the lesson that the soul gets the experience the soul wants, and then the soul will pick another experience to put a human through. Because I don't think the soul really is too concerned about what their human is going through. But it's definitely, it might be time to accept. Okay, I'm gonna just blurt it out. You got to accept some of the shiz in your life. You've got, you know what I mean? Like, oh gosh, okay, it's all making sense now. My guides are like in my ear, like chatting away, telling me things. Okay. A lot of times we try to do the work, the spiritual work, the intellectual work. People are signing up for all the workshops in an attempt to change their life. And we can only change our life going forward. We can't change our life going backwards. And we have to accept who we are based on where we came from. So, if you grew up in an abusive setting and it really kind of messed you up, the first thing you need to do is accept that. Accept that you might have limitations. So, for example, I have CPTSD. PTSD and CPTSD both change the structure of your brain. It literally causes brain damage. And so there are parts of me that are never going to be what I would like them to be. How about that? I was gonna say be right, be perfect. No, be what I would like them to be. It's just not possible because the structure of my brain just doesn't allow it. And I have to accept that in this lifetime. I have to accept that, there are parts of me that will never heal from a human perspective, simply because my brain is just damaged. It is what it is, right? So accepting that, instead of fighting it, like constantly fighting to achieve something that my brain just does not allow. And so just accepting that limitation, not a limiting belief, but just it literally is a physical limitation. And accepting that means that I can work around it rather than trying to change it, rather than trying to erase it, rather than trying to overcome it. I just accept it and I work around it. So there we go. That was a great card actually to come out. And card number 4, how can I approach self-love as a journey, the work of a lifetime, rather than a destination? And this is about just making the decision to do that. Just decide to do that. So a lot of times people are like, oh my God, how am I going to get there? Decide. Just you say today, I am doing this, I am working towards this, I am worthy of this, whatever it is, just make the decision to do that. Just make the decision that this has no end goal. There's no end game. There's no ribbon to run through at the end of the race. It's not even, it's not a sprint and it's not a marathon. It literally is the work of a lifetime, because that's why we're here. That's why we as humans have been inhabited by souls. And I know if you're here listening to this, that describes you. You're not inhabited by a demon. You are inhabited by a soul. If you're listening to this right now, because no demon would stick around this long. And then just accept that. Just make the decision, accept your limitations, stop giving where it's not being appreciated and give that energy to yourself. And then pay attention to all of the ways that you're seeing those seeds that you planted starting to come to fruition. And this could be seeds you planted in May coming to fruition now, or maybe the seeds you plant today will start coming to fruition in May next year. So there we go. There you have it. I thank you for joining me here today. Please click the subscribe button, the like button, and leave a comment and let me know you were here. It really helps me grow the channel, and I am so close to the magic numbers so that I can get my channel monetized. Woo! Yay! Yay! So I appreciate every single click, every single like, every single comment. You believe me, I love our conversations. And yeah, I appreciate all of you, and I thank you for sticking it out with me here as we work through life and try to figure it all out. As ever, have a magical day.